Your greatest asset costs $0, and it also happens to be the thing that transforms your body, your confidence, and your entire life the fastest. Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, said that this one factor was more important than money, education, or talent. And modern psychology has proven that he was right. In today's video, I want to break this down in the simplest, most grounded way and show you how this one shift can completely change how you show up in your body, in your confidence, and in your identity. And this one thing is a positive mental attitude. Most people hear positive mental attitude and immediately think of forced positivity, faking it, or pretending that everything's fine when your life is a mess. But that is not what P.M.A. is. Your positive mental attitude is your internal energetic tone. It's the emotional climate that you operate from. It's the identity that you lead with before you take any action. P.M.A. or positive mental attitude isn't something that you could just create with surface level affirmations. It's something that your nervous system broadcasts unconsciously through your posture, through your breathing, through your tonality, your facial expressions, and all the tiny micro decisions that you make throughout your day without even thinking. You could verbally say anything, but people and life respond to your energy long before your words. And the reason people underestimate P.M.A. is because it's free. Humans undervalue anything that costs nothing. Their intuition, their awareness, their attitude, their perspective. Everyone wants the tactics, the steps, the strategy, but your inner attitude determines whether any of those strategies will even work. If your inner world isn't aligned, nothing outside will stick. In NLP, our communication can be broken down to 7% being your actual words, 38% your tonality, and 55% being your physiology. Meaning your mental attitude is always speaking for you. This is why two people can walk into the same room and have completely different experiences. It's not the room, it's the attitude that they walk in with. One of my favorite studies that proves this is the P.M.A. effect. Researchers told teachers that certain students were gifted when they weren't. They were just chosen randomly. But those students actually performed higher because the teachers unconsciously encouraged them more, expected more, spoke to them differently, and believed in them differently. And those students rose to match the belief placed on them. Your relationship with yourself works the exact same way. Your expectations become your behavior. Your behavior becomes your identity. Your identity becomes your results. This is exactly why people struggle with confidence or body transformation. You cannot behave differently than the identity that you hold inside. You cannot outperform a self-concept that says, I'm inconsistent. I always fall off. My body just does not change. Your nervous system responds to the expectations that you hold internally. When you expect yourself to be the person who shows up, you show up. When you expect strength, health, consistency, your choices naturally begin to match that identity. And this all happens naturally, without any force. Not only are people going to behave differently towards you based on your attitude, based on the way that you show up, it shapes what opportunities you're given, it shapes how you're spoken to, how you're supported, and what doors will open for you. So if you carry yourself with an attitude of, I'm capable, I'll figure it out, everything always works out for me, I'm becoming someone powerful. People feel that before you even say a word. People respond to the identity that you're silently broadcasting. When you change your attitude towards the world, towards everyone in your life, they will behave differently. The world will treat you differently. If you constantly think, life is so difficult, everything I do fails, I always get the short end of the stick, the way you show up in the world, you're going to receive the exact attitude that you're putting out, because your attitude shapes the way people, the way the world treats you. This is why P.M.A matters. It's not about fake positivity. It's about who you energetically show up as and the way the world rearranges to match that. Because whatever your attitude is the way the world is going to show up for you. One of my favorite things to do when I'm in a negative attitude and I know I'm not in the best state is to simply use the affirmation by Abraham Hicks, everything is always working out for me. And then simply tapping below my collarbone to kind of bring a little somatic work into it, because I'm most likely not in the attitude to do a full EFT session. So I'll just say, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And this is signaling to the universe, to your brain, that even though the current situation is probably not favorable to you in the moment, it's happening for your benefit. It's going to work out. Everything is working out for you. By doing something as simple as tapping below your collarbone with a reassuring affirmation, your nervous system shifts into safety and alignment. This is the neutral point where you can decide, do I want to elevate into a positive mental state where people in the world are going to treat me in a positive way? Or do I want to sink down to a lower vibration, a lower mental state where it's not going to benefit me in any way, shape, or form? And this isn't forcing a positive attitude and repressing your emotions. It's very important that you feel through your emotions and allow yourself to feel what you're going through so it can dissipate. But there's a difference between allowing yourself to feel your emotions and allowing them to dissipate than to ruminate. This is referring to everyday situations where you can decide, you choose, you have the free will. Do I want to approach this with a positive mental attitude or a negative mental attitude? Maybe it's raining outside. And instead of thinking, oh, it's raining, I can't go to the gym now, I don't want to get wet, I just want to snuggle in my bed, you can think, it's raining, no one's going to be at the gym, I'm going to go because all of the machines are going to be open. There's a big difference. With that positive mental attitude, you now have another gym session under your belt. And whatever it is you're creating in your life, your dream body, your business, your relationships, they require you to show up consistently with repetition. And if you're going to let something like rain deter you, then you're not going to make it far, or your path to your goal is going to be a very long one. When you choose to be in a positive mental attitude, it directly affects your physiology, which directly affects your actions. Your cortisol will lower. Your inflammation lowers. You activate your parasympathetic nervous system. This is why I love to emphasize nervous system regulation, because when you're in that parasympathetic state, you're able to make conscious choices that are in alignment with your goals. You have a more clear mentality. You move from clarity rather than confusion. When you're also in that aligned, grounded state, it's so much easier for you to become consistent. Whether that's going to the gym, eating healthy, working on your business, showing up on social media, because you're not overthinking everything. You're just like, oh, okay, well, I gotta do this, this, and this. And I know that everything's working out for me and I'm just gonna try my best. Rather than overthinking everything, being negative, just unnecessary stress. Trust me, I know it, I was there. I used to be the definition of stressed out, discombobulated, scattered brain. I know what I'm talking about. When your nervous system is regulated, it's so much easier for you to enter that positive mental attitude. If you're interested in learning more about regulation, so you could effortlessly enter that positive mental attitude so the world and the people around you can start treating you like the highly favored person that you are, then grab my free Dream Body Reset below, where I help you release resistance and reset your mind and body through 4 foundational practices. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you like this video if you liked it so I know to make more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, it's already yours. You're just one energetic shift away.